New York's bravest, Joseph Bonanno, the author of this book, The Firehouse Grilling Cookbook.
Well, Joe Bonanno is back, and he has brought another book and some other wonderful recipes. Joe is on duty every night at Ladder Company 152 in Queens, New York, and he cooks dinner for his colleagues, family style.
No one has to be able to eat and run like a firefighter, but a fast-paced life is no reason not to eat healthy. So now there's the Healthy Firehouse Cookbook.
I've got a really great episode for you today. Joining me later is one of the FDNY's best cooks, firefighter Paul Fazio of Ladder 127. So gear up, get ready for this episode of Firehouse Kitchen. Joining me today, I'm proud to introduce from the New York City Fire Department, Ladder 127, Jamaica, Queens, firefighter Paul Fazio. Come on down, Paul. Okay, sign in there. That's our old House Watch journal. Why don't you just sign in there? Instead of RFD, it's RFCD, reporting for culinary duty. Hey, Paul, welcome to the set.
Hello,
Must
John.
feel like home when you look around yourself, right here?
Yes.
Like a regular old firehouse?
Yes.
My question to you, being a former firefighter myself, did you cook from day one in the firehouse as a probationary firefighter?
Yes, unfortunately I did. There's quite a story that goes with that, though.
Yeah, probably nothing we could say on the air, me either, from day one. Listen, we know, brother firefighters, we know what it's like to cook in the firehouse. What recipe are you gonna make for us today?
Today I'm gonna make a grilled pork loin with a coffee rub on it. And,
Coffee rub?
Yeah.
Okay, now the coffee that you're gonna use, instant coffee or fresh ground?
It's fresh ground coffee.
Okay. You have a processor set up here. We're not gonna mix these, you want them to be ground even finer.
Yes. Nobody wants to chew on coffee grind.
Okay, and from a culinary standpoint, what I had asked is, do you actually just rub it on you? This is a rub, a dry rub. Do you actually push it into the meat or hit it with a fork first? Or
Yes, I push it in.
push it into the meat, and not just a sprinkle?
No, I
Okay.
just sprinkled on.
All right, so I'm gonna mix this up, and now this is what you said. This is just regular ground coffee,
Regular
right?
ground coffee,
Okay.
granulated garlic,
Granulated garlic, okay.
brown sugar.
Okay, light brown sugar or regular dark brown sugar?
Well, usually whatever you have. That's dark brown sugar. It has a nicer, smokier flavor.
Okay.
Cinnamon
Cinnamon.
for that earth
That
tone.
sounds like a nice rub, yeah.
Black pepper.
Black pepper.
And cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, use as much or a little as you like.
Okay.
Depends how hot you like it.
I'll do what your measurement is.
Okay,
here.
and then a little pinch of kosher salt in there too.
Kosher salt, okay.
Okay. And then we just give that a couple of pulses so it's all mixed up nice.
Okay, wow, that's nice. Smells nice too. I see you have one mixed already.
Yes, I have one mixed already.
Okay, why don't we get together and start doing that?
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'll turn the heat up here.
All right, here I have some beautiful.
Now, what cut is that?
This is pork loin. We usually buy the whole loin because we're usually feeding 14
Right,
members.
Yeah, I know.
So, one of my senior men, one of the great nuggets I took from him was anybody can make a great meal, make one for $5.
Okay.
Okay,
So this
so-
one would come in under $5.
This one would be
Wow.
about, well, now with inflation, maybe $6.
Wow.
Depending
Not
on
bad.
what we have for dessert, because
Okay.
dessert's the most expensive part. So here I just take this rub,
Okay.
and I'll sprinkle it on, nice
That's
generously.
pretty heavy, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like you said, just rub it in nice.
Push it in so it gets in there and stays in there, and that doesn't come off on the grill.
Right.
Wow. Okay, great.
And sometimes I'll do this ahead of time, because these are boneless, and of course anything off the bone cooks exceptionally fast.
Faster, right. Mm-hmm. Now, would you be making this on an outdoor grill at the firehouse, or would you be making it indoor? Like I see we have a cast iron grill here.
No, we use an outdoor grill. We
outdoor
have a
grill.
big outdoor grill. Like I said, and usually I'm cooking 3 a man.
Oh, three chops a man.
Oh, of course.
Wow. Yeah, I know about the appetite.
You know, we eat healthy. We just eat a lot healthy.
Right. All right, so the meat is not marinating, but you have to rub in it. Do you leave it, or do you go right to the grill?
I leave it. I let it marinate. Let
Okay.
the flavors sink in.
Okay, and now what else are we going to have with this meal?
I have nice sweet potatoes that I steam, and I'm going to mash them up. Everybody seems to be very health conscious these days,
Yeah,
and
me too.
these aren't really considered the starch.
Right,
Everybody's
and
into the
beta-carotene
protein
and stuff like
Yeah,
that. yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, using the sweet potato, it's peeled?
Yes, I peel it, chunk it, and then
you don't
steam
cook it whole. You don't steam it whole?
No.
You steam it in chunks.
You got to do
Takes too
things
long.
fast.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm just
All
going to
right.
grab a pot.
Yeah, grab one of the pots up there off our scaling ladder rack.
A scaling ladder rack, huh?
Yeah.
That's old.
I know. Actually, they decommissioned them in the fire department. We wound up using them for pot racks.
Okay, so we're just going to heat up some milk.
Okay.
Okay?
Now that's regular whole milk.
Regular whole milk. You can
okay.
use half and half. You could use whatever you want.
Okay, but not skim. Actually, it'd be probably too thin.
Yeah, skim. Yeah. Who
Okay,
uses
yeah,
skim milk?
I know.
I take a little butter, not too much, 2 tablespoons of butter.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
this is a little Firehouse style. You're saying 2 tablespoons, but you grab it and chug it. I know that. I used to cook that way too. Actually,
yeah.
it's grab a little of this and grab a little of that.
I
went to
take a
culinary
nice
school.
cinnamon stick and I steep that in
Nice.
there,
Okay,
and a little nutmeg.
nice.
Okay.
Okay,
And for my little secret ingredient,
okay.
an orange.
Orange, okay.
Thanks,
Wow,
Joe.
that's a new one.
Yeah.
Now where are you going with this? An orange?
Yeah, no, I just take a little bit of
The zest.
the zest, right? I don't use the zest because you never
the whole-
find one in the firehouse.
Okay, the whole.
And then I'll just put it right in there, and I bring it up to a light boil.
Okay.
This one on?
Yep. And that
Okay.
comes up to.
Right.
Now, well, does the cinnamon stick and the orange come out?
Yes.
When you're done.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
so
pull those out. Once that gets nice and warm, and then we'll mix it in with the potatoes and we'll mash it all up. And then we'll add our seasoning.
Now, generally, do you take the wheel at the Firehouse cooking? I know how it goes. I spent, do you take the wheel or do you let one of the new guys kind of try it out? Or
No.
No?
No.
You just take the wheel all the time?
Yeah, they have a name for
I
it.
was
Yeah.
a little bit more in touch with my inner fireman, and a little bit more sensitive. Actually, some of the guys that I worked with, bodybuilders and whatnot, said, "Joe, can you not add butter to that?" So I kind of catered my meals to the individuals. I get the feeling you don't do that.
And you say yes. And when they walk out of the kitchen, you throw the butter in, right?
No, I actually did it for individuals.
you're a nice
but
guy.
Yeah, I was a little more in touch with my inner
I have
fireman.
to cook kosher, though.
Really?
One of our chiefs is kosher, so I
Wow.
cook kosher for
That's
him.
an interesting twist.
Yeah.
All right, so when this gets cooked,
Right.
you're not bringing it to a boil, right?
No, we're just going to keep it at a nice...
Enough to melt the butter
Melt
and
the
get
butter,
to sit-
warm it up, and
Okay.
infuse the flavors that we have in there.
And then what we're going to do with this is what?
Put it into the mashed potatoes, and then we're going to mash them.
Okay, we have the sweet potatoes. What's the next thing we're going to do with this dish?
I have a nice yellow squash that somebody brought in from their
Okay.
garden.
Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to clear a
Okay.
spot here. I'll take care of this. How do
Okay.
you want this done?
Can you just split it down the middle and seed it for me?
Seed
And quarter half moons.
Quarter half moons. Okay.
And I take the onion, please.
Okay. All right, I'll clear a spot over here. You can take that over
All
there.
right. In the meantime, I'm just going to slice up this onion.
I'm sure there are other firefighters in your Ladder 127 there that you... do you butt heads with them ever with the cooking, or...
No, I pretty much control the floor when I'm.
Oh,
in the
very,
kitchen.
very interesting.
As you know, we're in with engine 298,
Yep, 298, yep.
and every month we switch off as far as who's cooking the meal, whether it be truck or
Oh, the
engine.
truck or engine, okay. Oh.
Yeah. So when we're in meals, the truck, Ladder 127, I'd do the cooking.
Oh, okay.
And when I've learned to leave the kitchen when 298's cooking, because I got too much to say all the time. So
Well, you have 13 years on now, right?
13.
Now, it's been a while since I've actually been back in a firehouse. Aside from tattoos, cell phones, and email, what the new generation of firefighters, what are they eating better, healthy, or just that's all out the window? or-
Yeah, the young kids are into working out now,
Okay.
and which is a great thing,
Right.
because it's been a while since we had people come into the firehouse,
Okay.
new probie class, right?
Oh, really? Oh, it's been 5 years, right? Since they've
It's been
had it?
5 years.
Wow, has it been that long?
And as hard as it is, it's energizing or revitalizing
When new
to
guys come
have new blood come in.
Yeah, and one of the things I liked about cooking in the firehouse, when you get a new guy in, the old guys can bust your chops, but the new guys kind of give you the yes sir, no sir type of thing, and they kind of lay off for a little while until they get up to speed with everybody else, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing better than cooking and not having to clean.
Yeah, that's the other gift
That's
that
the
you
best
get.
thing.
But when we got probies in, I especially liked it because they were definitely the yes sir, no sir types until they got up to speed with everybody else. And they were like, Joe, this is delicious. I can't believe it. And the other guys were like smacking him in the head saying, shut up, he's not that good. And that type of thing,
Hey, Joe, can I have that serrano pepper?
Okay.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
one that's cut already. We'll use
Okay.
this one.
All right, either one.
Either one.
Okay.
All right, now serrano pepper adds a nice little heat to the dish. You could leave it out. Me, I like a little hot and sweet mix all the time. So you got the sweet mix of the pork chops and the sweet potatoes. So I'll add a little heat with the serrano peppers.
Yeah,
and
now
in
do you-
here, I like to add nice, fresh, extra virgin olive oil.
So you saute them.
Yeah, I find that all vegetables are best when you do with garlic and oil.
Okay.
And plus, it's probably the most healthiest.
Now, I know from my experience in the fire department, they had what they call a commissary, where you have your basic spices and stuff like that. So do you generally keep that stocked, or do you go out and get... I like to get fresh ingredients, and I know you like to cook, and so do I, but I prefer fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, but we can't always have that on hand.
Right.
Do you do that regularly when you cook in the fire?
Yes, when that's the main component of the dish, like if I'm making a whole pork one, I'll rub it down with rosemary, I'll buy fresh rosemary.
Oh, okay.
But generally, we have the granulated spices all up in a rack that we keep fully stocked.
Okay.
Butter, coffee, sugar, the staples that you need in your daily life. And Cheez-Its.
And Cheez-Its.
Guys love Cheez-Its and popcorn.
Cheez-Its, that's the next generation.
Yeah,
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. They're baked, so they're better for you. So what we're going to do is saute these onions, get them a little cooked up. I'm going to throw the peppers in too, cook them all together. And then I take garlic cloves. Love garlic.
Do you want this in there?
Not just yet.
Not just yet.
Yeah, because what I'll do is add a little butter. I know you don't like the butter, but...
No, it's not that I don't like it. I believe what Julia Child used to say, everything in moderation.
Right,
I don't like fake butter,
Right. I put a little bit in just to brown it up. It gives it a nice sweetness and a nice browning.
Yeah, no, I was never a purist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Okay.
Thanksgiving and Christmas and then holidays and
Great.
stuff like that. I just didn't like, particularly when I came on the fire department, mashed potatoes for 8 with 4 sticks of butter.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I definitely don't cook like that.
Okay.
But you can see as we cook, we always use all fresh ingredients. We really don't use anything processed in our dishes.
Well,
ever.
as a person that cooks and likes to cook, Paul, one of the things was disturbing to me is that everybody thought out there in the regular culinary world that firehouse cooking is meatloaf and mashed potatoes. And they can't prepare a meal like this that's a splendid meal that would be in a contest somewhere.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that
we always
reputation.
tell our wives it's always hot dogs, right?
Yeah, hot dog,
Hot
beer.
dogs.
Yep.
Hot dogs and beans.
Right.
That's our dinners every night.
No, I've been in a few contests, and it was amazing. The firefighters that rose to the occasion to really. I thought it was meatloaf and mashed potatoes myself, but it's not. There's guys that have, like yourself, culinary skills on par with, some of the top chefs on TV.
Right.
Okay, Paul, we got the grill up to temperature. Why don't we get those? They've been marinating long enough. Why don't we get them on the grill?
Sure.
And
like 2 or 3 minutes on each side, and then we flip them. And after the first flip, we'll brush a little barbecue sauce on. You could use any barbecue sauce you want. Whatever you have in the house is fine. Okay, and in the meantime, I added a little butter to this dish. And we're going to throw in the summer zucchini that we have.
now at the firehouse, do you worry about the cross-hatching grill marks, so you could heck with it?
It's funny, I kind of do. I like a little presentation.
Yeah, me too.
I don't say
actually.
worry about it, I just try and do it. Joe,
Yeah.
can you throw some of those zucchinis
Oh, yeah, okay,
in
you
here?
want the zucchini
Sure.
in here? Sure.
Nice, these are grown in one of the guys' yards.
Now, when you, I know sometimes if you saute these too long, they kind of get mushy. Do you
Right.
like them a little crunchy?
I do.
Yeah, generally.
That's why I like to get a good beat on with my onions and my garlic first and the peppers. And once the peppers infuse into the oil, it gets nice and hot.
So now
Nice.
the basics you got in here are olive oil, garlic, and butter. That's your basic saute for this.
Yes.
Okay,
And
excellent.
then we just
Real
add the serrano chilies for a little heat.
A little bit, yeah.
And then, of course, a little seasoning. I'll have
Okay,
the,
you want salt? Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And just a nice little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I always like to put it in my hand first.
Okay. Yeah, measure it out, right. Now we can get these crosshatch grill marks diagonally this way. Now we'll turn them this way a little bit.
Whichever way you like, Joe.
Yeah, well, it's a
I
crosshatch.
never argue with a guy anymore. I learned to pick my battles. If that's the way he wants to do them, then that's the way we do them.
Well, I went to culinary school, so I get to wear the fancy chef's coat.
Yes, you do. Okay, now I have the milk mixture here with the
Okay.
orange and the cinnamon stick and the nutmeg. We're just going to strain that into here because I don't want to eat orange peel, nor do I want to chew on bark.
Yeah, I did want to see that. Excellent.
Okay?
Okay.
So we just take that, put that off to the side.
So now that was cinnamon, orange peel, and nutmeg.
Yes.
Okay, and
Okay.
cinnamon stick.
And then I'll
Okay.
just put this on the board here where I can mash it.
Wow.
And we'll just give it a nice little mash.
Yeah, this is not an unhealthy meal at all. I mean, this is great. I mean, it's lean pork basically,
Right.
vegetables, and good
You know,
carbohydrates.
and you got to have a little fat in there. And when you take the fat and you divide it amongst the 14 guys in the firehouse, it's really not that much.
Well, as I said before, though, when I came on the fire department, it was 4 sticks of butter for 8 people for
Right.
mashed potatoes. So that's actually a half a stick of butter per person.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a heart attack waiting to happen, I used
Right.
to say.
Killed
So
me.
now you can see, just a,
Yeah.
Nice crosshatch,
Beautiful.
right? Beautiful, right?
Now we'll brush on a little of the barbecue sauce, and like I said again.
Oh, okay, so you do add that afterwards?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were just going with the dry rub.
No,
Oh,
the
excellent.
barbecue sauce adds that little sweetness, and everybody likes a gravy or something moist.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, one of my pet peeves in the firehouse was the people who didn't know how to cook would take barbecue sauce, which you know is a sugar base, and dip this pork in it, and then put it on the grill. And you know what happens? It's a sugar base; it just burns immediately.
Burns.
Yeah. So the sauce actually goes on at the end. The rub goes on in the beginning.
And it also messes up your grill.
Yeah, it'll stick
all
to the
that
grill.
sugar eventually eats away at the grill.
And that's what we have probationary firefighters for, to clean that.
Absolutely. When you're done with that, can you pass me some of that nice basil, Joe?
Okay, yep.
Part of the Italian Holy Trinity.
Yep, my last name ends in a vowel too, Paul.
Yeah. There was a time growing up in Brooklyn that every Sunday morning, that's all you would smell throughout the neighborhood was tomatoes, basil, and garlic.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful smell, actually.
Yes, it is.
As we finish this dish, let's take a look at the drink of the day. Okay, Paul, you're not getting out of here without me tasting this.
Let's.
Okay. Oh my God, that was delicious. I think you just cooked broccoli.
I never heard that before.
Well, if you'd like more information about Paul Fazio, this recipe, or any of the recipes that we use on the show, you can go to our website. I understand you got us a embroidered patch from your Ladder 127.
Yes, I brought you a Hillside Hurricane patch.
Hillside Hurricanes. Yeah, that's going to go on our honorary patch wall. And I'd like to invite the fire community out there that's listening. Number one, this is a cooking show. Send us your recipes. And with the recipe, you get to send us a patch. And if you come as a guest on the show, we'll pin your patch on our honorary firewall. Okay, be sure to join us next time on
Firehouse Kitchen.
Hey, you know, that came out pretty good for Thank you for watching this episode of American Firehouse Cuisine. If you would like to order a personally signed copy of the Healthy Firehouse Cookbook or the Firehouse Grilling Cookbook, please visit the website at www.thehealthyfirehouse.com. My new children's book, Manuzza, the Firefighting Elephant, is now also available in print or ebook format on the website. Producers or network associates interested in continuing or expanding American Firehouse Cuisine, please contact us through the website.